I love going live.
Who
Justin,
doesn't?
did we even do Audacity?
Oh, no.
All right, let's start. Did you even test Audacity before we started?
No. Shh.
Yeah, but like you have to test it real quick, see if that works.
Test,
Sorry,
does
folks,
this
this is
work?
behind the curtains. We're just revealing real quick. Hang with us.
I was so excited to get started. Okay, well, see, look, there's no one actively watching, so we can do it right now.
Okay, well,
right.
first, test Audacity.
I did. We're good. All
Are
right.
you sure?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Audacity in 3, 2, 1. Clap in 3, 2, 1.
I'm sure visually that was off.
Well, yeah, it always is.
But it always is. Trainer Mystic's here. Let's go. Trainer Mystic
Wants
in
to
the
know what we're
house.
revealing.
What are we revealing? I don't have any peel to reveals. I do have a pack of Paradox Rift.
Oh.
Which we're gonna rift.
I still have.
Oh yeah, Justin just happens to have a whole box there, you know?
It's not a whole box. It's just like 2/3 from last time.
Okay. So we should probably start some stuff.
Yeah, so on today's show, we're going to keep it simple. So Adam teabags Boston and our early Paradox Rift thoughts.
Yeah, because there's been a whole bunch of online tournaments. Obviously, because events are coming up. So
you don't want to talk about you teabagging Boston first?
No. No, yeah.
Okay. So we'll circle back to that. We'll let you think about what that could mean. No, it's not dirty.
We'll get on with everything, but before we start, we actually have to talk because we got sponsored.
Woo-woo.
So we have a little ad read real quick, and then we'll get into the show. It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's not Delibird. It's a ball trimmer sent from space. Gentlemen, our friends over at Manscaped have been working night and day to bring you a below-the-waist grooming experience like none other with their brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. We're talking about the next generation trimmer with interchangeable blade heads for whatever shave your mind can imagine. Upgrade your grooming game to the Ultrasphere this year by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with code FULLHEAL20. That's FULLHEAL, FULLHEAL 20. High tech for low places. Manscaped.
So, what's kind of cool about this 5th gen trimmer is it has an interchangeable head. So, there's the regular head that looks like you would shave your face. It's also this other one that's got, let's just say for your more sensitive areas, you can get a closer shave. And so far, so good.
Yeah, so far,
no
so
complaints.
Good. I also, the Performance Package 5.0 also comes with the Weed Whacker, which is like a nose and ear hair trimmer. And holy cow, I like immediately took it out of the package, stuck it right in there. I was like,
did you feel like you could smell better?
I could smell better. My
ear better.
Nose hairs weren't tickling the other side of my nose. So actually, it was very much needed trim there. I will say that.
Yeah, I'll just say I'm glad that we got sponsored because I had the Lawnmower 3.0 and for like 4 years, and the battery just eventually stopped charging. I guess I just had used it enough, and so it had been a hot minute, and so like, heck yeah, new one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So just remember, you can get 20% off plus free shipping with the code FULLHEAL20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code FULLHEAL, FULLEHEAL 20 at manscaped.com. I can promise you've never seen a ball trimmer look like a spaceship.
This is true.
From manscaped.com.
Yes, please use our code if you're listening and you want to get this as a gift for yourself or for anyone else. Just use FULLHEAL20. We would like to see some people use this code. It would mean the world to us that you used our code versus those other shows.
Yeah. Yeah. And
that are on our network.
Yeah.
AKA Lerd Up and Way Spotters podcast.
Well, just don't give away their codes. Just use ours.
Yeah, I'm not giving away their code.
I'm going to use the code and buy some of like the because there's like conditioner and other grooming products that
the body wash and the shampoo.
Yeah, that's what I want to try. I need some more body wash.
Like that's what I thought might come, but it did not. Which is I'm not upset with. I'm more happy that I got something different.
Yeah.
Than I've previously had. So I'm so hyped for this.
Yeah. Anyways, good old Manscaped.
All right. Thank you so much, Manscaped, for sponsoring us. We sincerely appreciate it. Now to get on to the show. What's up, Pokemon trading card game fans? Welcome to episode 159. It's 159, right?
Yes.
159 of Special Conditions, the TCG podcast where our love for competing and collecting collide. Special Conditions is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is November 15th, 2023. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Tuttle. I am joined by my luxurious co-host, Justin Keller. How are you?
Great. I realized I introduced what we're talking about today on the show out of order, but that's okay.
That's okay. We'll just we'll talk about it again. I apparently teabag Boston. Justin, I don't know if that's
you should just explain what it is at this point.
Okay. So I'll be attending a card show in Boston. Well, that area. And we'll get into it. And then we're going to discuss early Paradox Rift thoughts. I told Justin, he called me and he wanted to talk about it. And I basically had all this stuff talked about already in the first 10 minutes that we were talking on the phone. And I'm like, Justin, we just did a podcast. Why don't you do this while we're talking about it? Because now it's just like,
maybe next time I'll just call you and we'll do an Instagram live while you're looking at stuff and being do, and it's just me holding the phone while taking the dogs outside to poop.
All right, sounds wonderful. But yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about today. I do have a pack of Paradox Rift because I'm still looking for that reverse hollow iron bundle. Let me tell you, I don't need anything else. Just I want iron bundle. Is it that bad? That's all that I want out of here.
Well, and you got to get a bunch of them too because they're just not.
I mean, I could get excited about Goldango or Roaring Moon, but I'm just not excited for those cards. Personally, I'm just not excited for those cards.
Oh, side note, Trainer Mystic had his first shift at GameStop today. Hey, congrats.
Would you say the power was to the players?
That's a slogan. I'm bad at slogans.
I don't know. Power to the players, right?
He says he's behind on the ETBs. Well,
the only ETB that matters is the greenish teal one with the pink Iron Valiant. You get that, and then you trade me the Iron Bundle promo that's inside. That's the only one that matters. That's the only one that matters.
Yeah. So, anyways, so what is there certain decks you wanted to talk about specifically? Did you want to look at some online results?
Yes. So something that I've seen, and it's one or two per event that are popping up, but they're doing very well. And some of them are doing good enough to win the entire event, which it's worth noting and worth taking a look at. So we will look really quickly. I believe it's, which one was it? It's kind of a crazy name. Let me see. See, this is what happens. I had it all pulled up, and then Justin's like, I need this.
Well, okay. So, was it Limitless?
Yes.
Okay. So, here, I have the Limitless list up here. How recently was it? Was it one of the big ones?
Yeah, it was one of the
Free
big
entry
ones.
deck out Mondays. 211. Or there's
Well, that's the thing.
Redacted
Like
Paradox.
all of them have such big turnouts.
Yeah, because everyone's like, they got to practice for LAIC. Because that's soon. It's this weekend. Right?
Oh yeah, jeez, yep.
Yeah,
But you could,
obviously we're going. That's why we're so in the know. Yeah.
yeah. So the discard pile weekly standard tournament number 34.
That's what it was. Discard pile.
So, there's 55 players. I'd say that's a decent showing.
Now,
and you got to admit too that like Paradox Rift, with the way that the TCG Live runs things, you can pretty much buy cards that you don't have almost instantly from the gems or the jewels or whatever you use to pay.
It's not nearly, man.
And as long as you're going for like the base version and not like the crazy full art,
yeah, you can make
can
like
do
any
it
deck you want. Now,
exactly.
Back in Lost Origin, I remember when I was wanting to practice my Giratina deck before I was going to locals, I had to spend like $50 on codes. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I really appreciate TCG Live in that regard.
I know a lot of people say it was the bare minimum, whatever, blah, but at least I'm not wasting so much money on code cards.
Yes. We have to talk about first place. It's Zoroark Box.
Wow.
It went 6-0. It won every single match.
Crazy. I didn't even know people were playing this anymore. I'd forgotten it was still in standard. I was like, surely it rotated, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It just comes out of nowhere. And so they're utilizing some of the new trainers. They're utilizing Arizu, which I don't think
Arizu's not new.
That's not new, but it is a new card.
3 evolution Pokemon.
Yeah. Which
Counter
you're going to use.
New.
Yep, Counter Catcher's new. You've got Jolteon from 151 for single lightning, linear attack, 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. A colorless and two colorless and a lightning does 90. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an EX or V, this attack does 90 more damage. That's 180 damage, which one-shots anything weak to lightning. So,
sorry, which one are you reading? I realized I was sharing the wrong tab.
Jolteon. What's up? What's going on? What was that? Yeah, so Jolteon, it's got free retreat, so that's always nice, especially in a deck like this. You've got Electivire, which does 30 plus if any of your bench Magmortar have damage counters on them. This deck does 90 more damage. I don't think the deck plays Magmortar, but you use it for high voltage current. This attack does 50 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon.
Wow.
Yeah, that's honestly all the stage 1 Pokemon have such crazy attacks that combined with Zoroark
with our powers
so
combined.
Scary. Yeah, it's so scary. It's so scary.
There's good old classic Slowbo everyone loves.
Yeah, you can use this attack only if your opponent has exactly 1 prize card remaining. Take 2 prize cards. So essentially, if it's a 1 to 2 prize card race, you're just like, I win. Good game.
That's so dumb. I didn't realize how dumb that text read. I knew that's like what it did, but if it has exactly 1 prize card remaining, take 2 prizes. It's so dumb. I hate it.
Yeah, and so you've got the Jirachi, the new Jirachi, with Stellar Veil, prevent all damage counters placed on your bench Pokemon by effects of attacks used by your opponent's basic Pokemon.
If this will help stand up and defend yourself against things like Jirachi. I mean, not Jirachi, Sableye.
Yes, and I think it has clearly it has shown it's the best card to put in here.
Its use, its vitality.
Yeah, because you've got that, you've got Manaphy, so you can't snipe things, you can't place damage
Yes, they
counters.
got Mighty in it. Oh, this is for Mew. I was like, what VMAX are
Yeah.
people playing right now? Mew.
Yeah, so Mew VMAX is
Is
so
Mew
Mighty
still,
Enna.
is Mew like the only VMAX people are playing anymore?
Yes. I'm pretty sure.
Because
that
well,
and
Duraludon. Occasionally Duraludon.
yeah. But you have things like Scovillain or Scovillain.
Scovillain.
But this card,
Super Spicy Breath.
90 plus. If this Pokemon has any fire energy attached to it, this attack does 90 more damage, which if you're using the reversal energy, you're always going to have a fire.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, again, 180 damage times 2. You're knocking out a Charizard. You've got Hisuian Basculin, gather the crew, search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon, put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. Always a nice card to have. But you've got your 4/4 standard Zoroark, which says trade this Pokemon basically for any stage 1 in your discard pile.
Yeah, and some of you newer players out there may not even recognize this card because it's all the way back in Evolving Skies from the fall of 21.
Wow. Such an old card, but still so good. You're playing 3/3 Kirlia, which everyone is familiar with its refinement ability. Discard a card, draw 2. And then you also play the Gallade. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So super consistent. You're drawing a bunch of cards, you're discarding a bunch of cards, searching for supporters. You can use this as a psychic attacker. Move energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon.
Now, so what I want to know is, what are we doing with Scyther, Scizor, and Cleaver?
That's what I'm saying. We're getting there. So Scyther from 151 automatically comes in with free retreat. So that's awesome. Good. Yeah, so it's never going to get stuck in the active. But this is where it shines because it can evolve into Scissor. It's got 140 hit points. Punishing Scissors for 1 metal, it does 10 damage. Plus, this attack does 50 more damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play that has an ability.
Oh my goodness.
If you think about it, if you're playing Chien Pao, Frigibax, Chien Pao, Manaphy, Greninja, like you're already at 200. Yeah, 200.
Playing against Lost Box. Comfy, and more comfy.
Don't forget Cramorant.
Greninja. I mean, that's like everything. So you're doing what? 50 times. Let's just
at bare minimum, if they're playing strategically, you should be doing 160 consistently. You should be doing 160 because you can finagle yourself, but 150 or 160 is like you should always be hitting that against Lost Box, which one shot's pretty much anything. But if that wasn't enough, you've got Cleaver. It has Route. Does 10 damage plus. This attack does 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon.
There's also Rocky Tackle for 150, which is not too shabby.
Yeah, but if they have a full bench, you're doing 6, 120, 150, 160 for 2 energies.
That's true.
And that'll take out RCSV, anything weak to fighting, opposing barrels and stuff like that.
So this is basically just a box deck, so you can hit the weaknesses and other crazy things.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna have to try this just to even try it. It looks fun.
Yeah, and what is like, and even so, the reason you're playing 2 Scissors because Chien Pao's so heavy. If you play against Chien Pao, all you have to do is get out a Scissor, 1 metal energy, and at bare minimum, they have 2 things on board with abilities. Bare minimum. So you're hitting for 220 no matter what. So you just basically one-shot their entire deck.
Very interesting. Okay. I think we've talked enough about this.
I think this deck is amazing, and I just want to say, congrats to a shot who won the whole thing, because that's really cool. But Roaring Moon is also showing up everywhere. It's pretty much in every single Paradox Rift scene.
Mm-hmm.
It is extremely popular. Something that's not shown real quick, I just want to talk about it because I faced it on the ladder, is the Serena EX. It basically has for a single grass energy. Well, it's not here, but it's...
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the other lists.
But essentially for one grass energy, they can put damage counters, or put enough damage counters on the opponent's active Pokemon until they have 30 hit points left. So if you're facing a Charizard, you just put 300 damage on it. And then if your opponent doesn't do anything with it, and they just retreat and they try to hide, and they bring up another Charizard to one-shot you, you get on another one, you do the same thing, and then they've got 2 damaged Charizards.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say they back out and bring a third one. And then you do it again. And then you have Hisuian Bravery, which says it for no energy cost. You can deal 30 damage to anything that has damage counters already on it. So for no resources except for evolving and getting it into play, you can just knock out. I'll put damage counters on those and one-shot them all.
So I was looking at the most recent late night. Did you see how many people played in late night? 334.
For real?
Yes. And the first place person was Fusion Mew with a 13-4 record. 13-4. That's 17 matches. That must have been an eternity.
Eternatus.
So, okay, let's look at Fusion Mew.
And Paradox Rift was legal. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Man, look at this. Look at this Chien Pao.
Oh,
Iron
Hands.
Hands.
I have this. Man, why is it? Share this tab instead. Okay. It's your typical Mew. Although, what is the town store?
Well, it looks like a store.
Search for a tool card, reveal it, and put it into their hand. Huh. I forgot. I didn't even realize this stadium came out in Obsidian Flames. It's a Kato card. That would be a fun card to get into gold. Yeah, your typical Mew lineup. Fusion Mew. Only one Meloetta, though. It's the town store looks like the new card they made it in. But yeah.
The only new card. I love when a new set comes out and I can just use a bunch of cards from the set. Just one.
Second place was Lugia. And, your typical 4 Archeops, 3/3 Lugia, double Luminion fan, Drapion, because you got to keep those Mews at bay, Mew EX, because it's just so good, and Iron Hands EX, because we want to beat up on Lost Box.
And take an additional prize.
And there's Earthen Vessel, which, let's see, what is this again? Use this card only if you discard one other card from your hand. Search your deck for 2 basic energy cards to be able to then put them into your hand. Earthen Vessel's pretty good. So, I mean, there's no stipulations on it needing to be an ancient, so you could play Earthen Vessel in a lot of decks.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So okay, let's see let's keep moving on. Keep moving on. What else is interesting? There's a Snorlax stall that took third. What?
Oh yeah, we were just talking about that. So I had noticed that some of the Chien Pao players
Mhm.
had taken out all of their cross switchers, and now some of them weren't playing any switch cards,
Yeah, I was like, what?
and then some of them had like one escape rope, which to me that's not enough. It's simply not enough, because even at the 4 copies of cross switcher, at most you have 2 switch options. So I feel like you need to be playing at least 2 escape rope, at least in Chien Pao, just to
Ah,
get out of awkward situations like this blocking Snorlax.
mhm. So Adam, here we find this luxurious cape we were talking about before. You're like, where would you ever play that? I guess if you're trying to stall and you want it to not die, you play the luxurious cape, so it gets an extra 100 HP.
If the Pokemon this card is attached to doesn't have a rule box, it gets 100 hit points. And if it is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, that player takes 1 more prize card.
We have a viewer on Twitch that says, "Yo, it's Adam."
Yo, FaZe, how you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, so it's. Have you ever really played stall strategies like this? They're not
No,
my cup of tea.
I hate them so much. I hate them so much with a
I
passion.
hate playing against them, but maybe that's why I should play them.
The closest thing to
uh,
an annoying deck I ever played was Sableye or Sablalock.
yeah, so
Well, thanks for jumping in and saying hi, FaZe. I appreciate
okay.
that you're here.
So looks like Celios Network got 4th with Gardevoir. James Grimes got 5th with Chien Pao Excalibur. In 6th place was a Japanese player with Gardevoir. Another Snorlax stall in 7th. 8th place, Lost Zone Box. But what I want to see, because I have no idea what this deck would be, is Klawf Electrode deck in 12th place.
Oh, yeah. This is
this?
so cool. I love this deck too. So Klawf.
What the heck is this?
So Klawf says Unhinged Scissors. It does 30 damage for 2 colorless energies. If this Pokemon is affected by a special condition, this attack does 160 more damage.
Ooh,
100. That's 190 damage.
that's
And
ridiculous.
it's a basic, and it doesn't require it to be like asleep, or it just says a special condition.
It has the second attack, Boiled Press. This Pokemon is now burned.
Which
you can do
I don't
Scissors.
see myself using that. But that is such an insane card. It's so cool. It's so cool. And then from there, you've got
that's massive damage.
Good one. So next you've got Brute Bonnet, which says it has an ability, Toxic Powder. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has an Ancient Booster Energy Capsule attached, you may make both active Pokemon poisoned. So you don't really use it for its attack, you use it for its ability. And this ability reminds me a lot of Skuntank G from way back in the day.
This doesn't have to be in the active. I thought this had to be in the active.
No, so this is so easy.
You do it from the bench.
This is so easy to get out. It's a basic. This is also a basic Pokemon.
Yeah, Ancient Booster Energy Capsule.
And then
Pokemon this card's hatchery gets plus 60 HP, recovers from all special conditions, and can't be affected by any special conditions. Wow.
Ooh, that's a special condition there. And then the Radiant Pokemon you play in this is Poison Peak, Hisuian Sneasler. During Pokemon Checkup, put 2 damage counters on your opponent's poison Pokemon. So instead of the one,
Poison Peak? That doesn't sound right to me for some
Poison
reason.
path to the peak. That's what's happening.
Yeah,
No,
for
but
some
that's
reason
so
I just
good.
yeah. I
That's so
played
good.
this back
So
when I was playing
you're doing
Eternatus Coughing.
190, and then they take 2 damage for being poisoned.
Ugh. Good.
Okay, and if that wasn't enough, Hisuian
It
Electrode
wasn't.
V gets to come into play. And the reason why it's so good is because it's grass type. That's what makes it so scary, because it puts
Wait, what's
a
weak to
target
grass?
Charizard, the dark one,
Do you know what else is weak to grass?
Klawf.
Well, sure. But also, Roaring Moon is weak to grass.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yep. So 2 of the most terrifying dark type scary Pokemon.
What? Just got off the Tron ride at Disney. Jealous.
Man, I wish
Wait,
I could have been there.
maybe you should just take this podcast onto the ride, so then virtually Adam and
It's
I can
like
be
we
like
were
we're on the
there,
rides.
We were there in spirit. Have fun, Lunatonian. So this Electrode V has Tantrum Blast for no energy requirements. Again, because it's Hisuian. This
Love
attack
it.
does 100 damage for each special condition affecting this Pokemon. So
That's
you aim
crazy.
to poison yourself with the Brute Bonnet. That's the goal. That is the consistent way to do it. And then you come in and you've got Spicy Seasoned Curry, which if you play Pokemon Sleep, you'll know about this curry.
Good old Curry.
But it says your active Pokemon is now burned. Heal 40 damage from it. so you just burn it. So you can burn your Electrode, you can poison your Electrode, and then hit for 200 damage, aka 400 one-shotting Charizard or Roaring Moon.
Now, as long as you use your Manscaped to shave your Electrode, right?
As long as you use Manscaped to take care of the Hisuian Electrode, then yeah, it'll be a smooth ride. It'll be a smooth ride.
Good old town store to search out your tool cards.
Yeah, and then because Ancient Booster Energy Capsule is a tool. Okay, just I had to in my head. I had to make that. Yep.
I keep thinking the tools in the.
But also for
Seal
Sealstone, you play 2 of those. If
Yeah.
they're attached to your Electrode, you just go search for any card you want. You can literally make it. You could burn it, turn 1, and hit for 100 damage.
Oof. Good.
It's there's a lot, and there's definitely a bunch of
hitting
trainers.
grass weak Pokemon, then it's 200 damage.
Yeah, exactly. You do play the Drapion V, in case of Mew VMAX.
Which set is this Klawf from again?
I think it just came out.
Oh, Paradox Rift. Okay, it's brand new.
And then Squawkabilly EX. Not much to say there.
Yeah,
it's just to.
We know what it is.
Yeah.
Discard and draw a new hand. First turn only.
But I love what Paradox Rift has been doing right now. It's nice to see all these different decks.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much diversity right now. It's not Arceus Dialga Palkia. You know what I mean?
Oh, you just made me sad. But yeah, no, it's exactly not that. It's weird stuff like this that's popping up. It's quite the show. Okay, so if we go,
what's that?
Go ahead. No, keep going. Whatever you're gonna say.
No, it still looks, it's like Gardevoir is still doing well. Lost Box is still doing well. Miraidon Flaffy is still doing well. Charizard's still doing well.
It looks like
VMAX Goldengo is making a name for itself slowly but surely.
The highest placing Roaring Moon deck is 14th. I do want to look at the list because I haven't looked at many lists of it yet. So you've got 3 Roaring Moon, the Morpeko. I guess let's read Roaring Moon first. So everyone knows what it does. basic, 230 HP, darkness type with frenzied gouging. This is what you use it for. For 2 darks and a colorless, knock out your opponent's active Pokemon. If your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out in this way, this Pokemon does 200 damage to itself. It just knock it out. Mew VMAX,
Basically
knock
setting
it out.
itself
Whatever
up
it is,
to
knock it out.
be knocked out
Yeah.
next turn.
But if you get
Imagine the only Pokemon that you have left is just like a Quaxly or a Fuecoco or something, and for 1 energy you could do 10 damage. Or Sprigatito, you could do 20 damage because it's weak. But you can't knock it out. How bad would that feel?
Bad. And then second attack is Calamity Storm. So if you don't want to go for the Gusto, and you don't need to do all just knock it out instantly, you can do Calamity Storm 100 plus. Same energy cost. You may discard a stadium in play. If you do, this attack does 120 more. So 220 damage.
That's powerful.
Pretty good. So it's powerful. You're powering it up with, Dark Patch. You're using other stuff like Earth and Vessel to get the energy cards out into your hand. Using Greninja, to throw them around.
I hope you're not throwing them
using Professor Sato to attach basic energy cards from your discard pile that you threw away to 2 of your ancient Pokemon, aka Roaring Moon, and then draw 3 cards. It's like a weird version of Welder from back in the day.
All right. One other deck that I'd like to talk about is from the Kitchen Showdown number 7.
All right, let me find
that.
Kitchen Showdown number 7.
I'm going to hydrate real quick.
Or dihydrate. All right, Kitchen Showdown.
So it is 7. Iron Valiant and Entei.
Oh, now, isn't this what Fast in the Discord kept talking about?
Yes. So this deck focuses on hitting fast and hard. Oh. So Entei is just like Raikou. It's got fleet-footed, so you draw 1 card if it's in the active spot once per turn. And for a fire and a colorless, Burning Rondo, it does 20 plus 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So even if your opponent is going with 1 Pokemon in the active, let's just say worst case scenario. Max you're doing here is 120. Okay. Now that we're there, now that we've addressed that concern, you also have Iron Valiant, which says once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to the active spot, you may put 2 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. On one of your active. Yeah, just any. Wow. So this is actually kind of crazy because you can escape rope, you can switch, you can cross switcher, you can do all this crazy stuff. And so you've got that, okay? And then you've also got Medicham V to use Yoga Loop for 2 colors. Put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by this attack, take another turn after this one. Take another turn, Justin.
Oh, man.
Okay, then you've got the Squawk ability. You got the Squawk ability.
Squawk ability.
Squawk ability.
What's love? Squawk ability. Squawk ability.
So once during your first turn, you may discard your hand and draw 6 cards. You can't use more than 1 Squawk and Seize ability during your turn.
Squawk and Seize
is what it is. And then you've got 1 Radiant Charizard for the off chance that you start to lose. But basically you'll do 250 for minimal energy requirements.
Wow.
So with all that being said, you
6
run
fires.
4 switch cart, 4 escape rope, 4 switch, which if you're
How many
counting, that
times can we
is
switch?
12. That is 12 switch cards.
Well, you know, man.
Okay, hang
People
on,
really
hang on.
love
We're
their
not done
switching.
yet. We've got two, count them, 2 jet energy. So if those are attached, you can move that Pokemon to the active
Wow.
spot. So not only can you use the switch, that's 14 switch cards.
And then you have your DTEs that you can just attach to
And
well, not Entei, but
or you
Iron
can use
Valiant or
them,
Medicham and use them to retreat.
or you can just use them and retreat, like manually attach and retreat. But Magma Basin is the stadium here. Once during each player's turn, that player may attach a fire energy card from their discard pile to one of their bench Pokemon. One of the bench fire Pokemon. If a player attaches an energy to a Pokemon in this way, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon, which isn't bad for yourself because that doesn't matter. What matters is the energy attachment. Because the goal is to attach the energy and be able to swing turn 2 with Entei V.
Yeah. Wow. I love Magma Basin. It has a really great gold artwork, and this just reminds me of the Blaine's Gym from the original anime from way back in the day
Yep.
in Kanto. So I really I just fire just hasn't been good for so long. It's weird to think about. I guess
This is very true.
it was like in Charizard and whatever, but
So, with this being said, you've got Techno Radar, which sounds like a really cool song, but it allows you to discard a card and then search your deck for up to 2 future Pokemon, reveal them, and then put them into your hand.
oh,
So, just even faster at getting your Iron Valiants out. You've got 4 Battle VIPs. You've got 3 Nest Balls. It's weird that there isn't a Hisuian Heavy Ball in here. Because you'd think that you would want your one-ofs at any given
I'm
point.
pretty sure. I'm
I'm just saying,
blanking.
like, if you could make a Yoga Loop turn and it's in your prize cards, that's a feels bad moment. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, they won the whole thing, but like, I'm sure one of their 2 either loss or tie probably came down to the fact that one of their, like, a Yoga Loop was prized or the Squawk ability was prized. I'm almost certain. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yell at me if that is not what happened, but I would love to know what the loss and the tie were. And yeah, you've got Forest Seal Stone. You've got 2 of the Future Booster Energy Capsule, which makes the future Pokemon this card is attached to has no retreat cost, and the attacks it uses do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon.
20 more damage.
So like, and again, like, that's not like you're never going to use that for the attack on Iron Valiant. You're literally just using it for the free retreat. It's Float Stone. So now hold on, because I said 14. Now we're at 16 switch cards. And 17 options if you retreat with that energy that you attached.
Wow. Sounds like you're like doing the
That's almost a third of your deck is just used for switching out your Pokemon. But again, if you have 4 Entei V down, you're going to draw 4 additional cards.
Yeah.
If you have 4 Iron Valiant, you're going to put 40 damage, or no, 80 damage somewhere.
Do you remember back in the day?
That's so scary. That's so scary. Lost Box. Whew.
I remember back in the day, people who used Galarian Zigzagoon and like ping the active or whatever. They would play it, ping, scoop it up, ping, scoop it up, ping. switch, or they used another one.
Yes, I
That's
do
just what it's
remember that.
reminding me of, except this is like taken to the extreme, to the
Yeah,
max.
no, this is like, I'm gonna beat you this turn, and
Yeah.
you're gonna be so upset.
This is I'm going
Like
first, turn
I would
one,
hate to be on the
and
other end. I've been lucky enough to not face one on the ladder,
yeah.
but I think it's just a matter of time before I do.
Mhm.
But yeah, it literally just feels, it's one of those, if you start with a Chien Pao, you're like, oh, I
Mhm.
got this. I got this.
this. I got this.
And then they just one shot you. Oh, it's just like, this is gonna be the deck to watch on stream.
Oh, yeah, I hope it's ridiculous. I hope it's
I hope that this is like one of the first things on stream, and I hope it's one of the last things on stream too. Because just seeing it played, like, imagine this being like the finals, and it's like, well, I draw a card, I'll use switch 20. I'll use escape rope 20. I'll use nest ball, search for another one. I'll use switch 20. I'll use professor's research, draw 7 cards. I'll use escape rope. I'll use switch card. I'll draw a card for Entei.
switch, draw.
Like it's not even that their turn is going to be like, if it's not like they're stalling. It's just, no, I like can't play my cards fast enough. I have to fulfill the actions. Like, I played switch, now I can use the ability. I played escape rope, now I can use the ability. I retreated. I mean, honestly, that's going to be tough as a judge. Like, just think about the judges in those scenarios that have to watch and be like, well, okay, so 1, 2, 6, 8,
Eyes
13.
glaze over.
Yeah, they're like, they literally used 14 switch cards and retreated. And I don't know if they, I don't know if they discarded.
I don't know what to
energy.
do with my hands.
You're like, I don't know if I retreated or not. I don't know if they did. It's been
I
6.
wouldn't know.
It's been 7 or 8 different
I would
switch
have
cards.
to. I would need like a
I don't
marker
know which one's which.
used to retreat.
I foresee that being something scary, and it's going to be something that's unfortunate, and players as well as judges should be watching that, because your opponent might try to unintentionally get an extra switch in there. Be like, oh, well, let me retreat. And it's like, nah, you already retreated. You just used Magma Basin to grab that other energy. So just be on the lookout. This deck is terrifying. And just hope that you don't see one.
Mm-hmm.
But test against it. All right, Justin, we've gone for almost 50 minutes. Let's wind down and take a break. And then when we come back, I'll open up my Paradox Rift, try to pull a reverse hollow Iron Bundle, and then we will talk about Delibird.
Can do.
All right, so as far as Audacity goes, we are at the 47-minute mark and like 40 seconds.
I was going to say mine was at 47:30 when I wrote it down.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Video watchers, hey, hi, how you doing? Are you you're keeping up with us? Are you enjoying the energy? Yes, phase Delibird. No, literally, Delibird. I'm actually like kind of upset that I opened it. I wanted to keep it in its like figure gallery thing, but
I like it better out of the package, personally.
It just takes so much space up though. And then you got to have your Tommy original figure here.
Tommy.
But I'm definitely grabbing some water. Justin, did you have any water?
I'm gonna go drink some.
FaZe, we appreciate the positive energy. We try to be positive. That's not always easy in the TCG world. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoy the card game. My son's hockey game got pushed back, so now it's earlier. So I might have a chance to play in a league challenge.
Shouldn't you talk about this on the pod when we're recording?
Yes, Justin, of course.
Okay.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom.
Well, son, are you ready to come back out
All
of
right,
the break?
we should totally come back, and when we do, we're gonna do our thing.
Tea party?
Oh well, oh gosh. Oh yeah, we have to talk about that too. Oh man, why did you let me go so long? You gotta cut me off. You gotta cut me off, Justin.
All right. Ready?
A local theater. That sounds fun though. Okay, hang on one second. I'm sorry, I'm just like gassed.
Ready?
I'm ready. And we are back. Thank you so much for that. We had a good break. I drank some water.
Mm-hmm.
I did a little dance. I'm manifesting the Iron Bundle energy here. But before we continue, because Justin also reminded me that I didn't talk about the card show. Yeah. So we'll get there. But this podcast is powered by Patreon. Check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. That dollar is going to get you access to our patron exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. All patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon Go and TCG Live prize tournaments. Registration's in the Discord, and we hope to see you there. Huge thank you to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, DJ Wonderbread, Hall to Counselor, GK, Sue, Jamal, Joseph, Mythical Hitch, Beard Bo Baggins, and Big Zom Minus. And I want to give a special thanks to our executive producer, Tish Smith, coming back in strong, as well as a big thanks to our other executive producers on the network, Paul Bott, Kate the Cons, and Stinky Ash. Make sure to check out PokemonProfessor.com for links to everywhere you can connect with us, grab some merch, leave us reviews, and just hang out with us, you know? Okay. Whew. Now that that's over, we can talk about this card show.
Ooh. Wait, you're not teabagging Boston?
Not in the way that I believe
Is it a tea party?
The tea party did, but I'm more like gonna bring a coffee and call it tea. I think. Yeah.
So tell us, why are you going to this card show? What is it that excites you about this one in particular?
So TGA is going to be there, and
Ooh.
I was offered a spot essentially next to them.
Sweet.
I hope all that's in order and works out perfect, because I would so love to sit next to TGA and have a good show. Because it'll be my first.
Go ahead.
What's that?
I was just going to say, when was the last time you went to a show?
I have never been to a typical card show. I've gone to like PAX East a bunch, but that's not necessarily.
Yeah, that's not card show.
And it's like you can go to regionals and you can see all the cards that all the sellers have, but it's always like Troll and Toad or something big,
very
like
different,
full grip games, and it is very different because they have so much and they're just trying to unload everything. Like as much as possible at the best price as possible, because you're there at the event. You need these cards to participate, so they know that. So the cards might have a specific value, but they might go up because everybody's after that one card, and they might not have enough for every single player to get that full art mana fee.
As you're rambling, did you see it says live card grading services some months with TGA? Maybe you can get yours graded live.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know the inner works there yet, but I will have to visit TGA and just get like a pregame going, so I can figure out what's going down. But I will have a bunch of slabs there. I'm I'm probably gonna bring all my Charizard stuff because I don't know. Like Charizard's not my cup of tea. It's not my like. I'm not looking to make $1 million, but if I can move a couple of them, again, they're not my thing. But if somebody really wants it, or if they want to trade for a Delibird, I'll be there. But I also will have all my Delibirds, so I will know which ones I have and don't have right then and there.
So, look to offload some stuff, maybe pick up some new things. That's what this is all about. Now, I'm
Yeah,
always
I'm
afraid
hoping
of doing something like this myself, but you do you.
Yeah, I'm very excited because I'm going to be able to hopefully find other sellers that have, playable cards that, they're at a show, they're there for the collectors, and
Mm-hmm.
the cards that people are playing with, they might not be as sought after.
Oh,
So
100%.
so I might be able to pick up a lot of playable cards that I need for decks personally, and make some trades, make some sales.
So here in Texas, we beat Wilden, and we have a lot of shows like this. So there is something called Collecticon. The first one being during COVID, which started a lot of controversy. I went and had a good time, and they've had it. I've been to 3 or 4 of them. Maybe only 2 that were specifically Collecticon, and then I've been to a couple others that were other card shows. I think one was like what is this, SGC, so Star City Games, SCG, Star City Games Con, that was like a tournament for Magic, but they also had a bunch of card stuff there for Pokemon or whatever else. And it's fun to go to ones that are card specific like this.
Yeah, and this is, I believe, this is they're normally sports cards, but this is the first, this is all about Pokemon. So this
that's fun. Yeah, the Collecticon ones have typically been all Pokemon or other. What's the term I'm looking for? Collectible trading card games that are not sports cards, basically. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, I think you'll have a good old time. Wish I could be there. Boston's not exactly close.
Yeah, it was kind of not last minute, but I basically knew I've had just over a month of knowing that I'd be able to go. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it is Sunday, December 3rd, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I think it's the 2nd. Oh, it's the 3rd. I'm wrong.
It's brought to you by Mischief and Malice. I'm not familiar with them, so I actually just went to their Facebook. It looks like a new card game.
Oh, interesting.
Something like that. So I'm gonna have to look into it, and I will report back.
Oh, they have some very creepy looking cards. Kind of cool though.
But it will. The Best Flippin' Card Show is always hosted in the Crown Plaza in Woburn Hotel, or the Crown Plaza Woburn Hotel, right off of I-95 and very close to I-93 interchange. Parking is free. It's best to park in the back of the hotel for entry into the grand ballroom for shows held there. For the pop-up shows in the smaller salon A room, you can park in either of the front or the back of the hotel.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's probably, we've talked enough about it. I think it'll be good. You'll have to report back to us. See if there's, I don't know, maybe next week if there's like an update before your show.
Yeah, I will. And they're gonna have like 90 tables, is what it looks like. Our next event, it's TCG focused, so they said that they're gonna have like tournaments and stuff like that. So I'm interested to find out if it's going to be actual like sanctioned TCG events. Maybe there's a league challenge or a league cup that day. That would be cool, but I'm also a table, so I can't do
Speaking of
both.
League Challenge, didn't you say you were going to try and go to one?
Yes. So my son's hockey tournament or game got switched from a afternoon game to a morning game, and there's a league challenge at my local card shop.
Yeah.
And I'm really thinking about it.
You should go. I think you should go.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but I'm feeling Chien Pao. I'm feeling Chien Pao. That's
Are you
what
going to
I'm
play
feeling.
this without switch cards?
I'm going to be playing Switch cards. So I don't have anything updated or anything like that. Where my list kind of differs is I basically play an energy search because I can't tell you the times that I've had Irida, but I have no energies and I have nothing to discard with Greninja, but I really need to. So I just play an energy switch. Or not energy switch, energy search. It's just a searchable energy essentially, and I feel very strongly on that. Canceling Cologne has seen a decline. I almost don't see it in many lists. And then cross switchers are here and there. So I'm debating whether to play the 4 cross switchers or like 2 escape ropes and 2 counter catchers.
I mean, if you want to go for the aggressive play, I think cross switchers is what you want. Now you'll have to do some practicing, see how well you can draw into those items when you need it. But
well, I mean, everything for the most part is like 4 copies. So I mean, I'm pretty confident with it all. Canceling Cologne would be just like that one card that I don't know if I want to play it or not, because it's just always, anytime I'm playing online, it's always that like one card that just is like, it does nothing. Yes, I can play it, but it also does nothing. So it's like,
that's good. Yeah. So yeah, you'll have to let us know next week if you go, if you can make it, how hockey went, if you guys participated in the challenge, how that went. And then one last thing, because I know we're hitting past the hour mark. You're supposed to talk about why Delibird is your favorite and why it's a thing on the show.
Okay. It's a lot. It's probably not going to be as exciting as it's not going to be as exciting as like I want it to be, because like in my heart of hearts, like I know, and I'm like, it's my thing, but it's not like who I am, but it's my thing. So this is Delibird. He is the representation of Christmas. Christmas has always been my favorite holiday. It's just a great time. Everybody's happy. I mean, who's not happy when you're opening up presents or with your family and like watching other people open up presents?
Well,
like it's just a good feeling to be around family. Like Christmas just reminds me of family, reminds me of opening up presents and just being happy. Like everybody is happy. And like FaZe, yeah, Delibird is Christmas. Now,
unless you were bad and Delibird brought you coal.
Well, actually, it's either the present heals you or it blows up and does damage. So, no, but Delibird's awesome. It means a lot to me because I see and like utilize Delibird as like, because you see a lot of stuff in the stores that are like, oh, if you don't believe, you don't receive. That's pretty much where I'm going with it. Because
now remember, kids listen to the show, so don't say anything.
Well, that's the whole point. That's it. It's my way of believing. You know what I mean? I look at Delibird and like I believe in Delibird because it's tangible. I can touch it. I can see it. I can get cards graded. I can play with them. I can put it in my deck. It's like a physical attachment, you know? I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I'm trying. I'm trying
So
really
when are you
hard.
getting your own pet Delibird?
When AI meets 3D printers and they get together and
There
they
we go.
also communicate with it's AI and Chat GPT. Yeah, like all the AIs
Yeah, there we go.
and 3D grading or 3D printing. And they all get together and they're like, we're just gonna start making all these Pokemon. Why not? We have the technology. Let's make it happen.
Oh, FaZe said that the call Santa brings him keeps him nice and warm.
Listen, hey, I mean that's a thing. I mean, if it burns, hey, some people throw presents in the fire. That's not okay, but
and on that present bombshell, I think that's a show.
it's almost a show, Justin, because we have not
Oh,
opened
I've had this box
any
the next
Paradox
week.
Rift.
All right, let's we're gonna do it at the same time.
All right. Well, hang on. I just did that there.
I'll do it slowly.
Ooh, right into the recycle bin. I love
the
that.
ASMR version.
Well, mine's not necessarily the best for that. All right. All I want for Christmas is a reverse hollow.
Jelly.
No. Really, what I want is a PSA 10 pre-release Delibird.
Okay, get this
That's
pre-release. BBM 4L 6D 4B 6 BHR.
Hey, your code had 2 B's. My code has 2 B's. BB2 H2 G2 Q2 LQ CR.
I really kept wanting to say BB8. All right.
Oh,
Darkness.
water.
Nimble.
Joltik.
Elegant.
Loudred. What the heck is this? Oh, Remoraid?
Vanillish.
Pumpkaboo.
Onyx. Orthworm.
Simipour.
Absol.
Zebstrika. All right, we into
Sage.
the reverse? No, that's Crocalaclor.
I meant the first reverse with the melodic.
All right, Honedge, right? Yeah, Honedge.
Yep. Oh.
Wimser.
Frostlass for Ferrothorn.
Oh, full
nice.
art. Who is it? Who is it? Oh, it's a full art tulip. Let's go.
Oh, there we go.
Let's go. Can we get that like to actually like focus? Justin, can you full screen this? What's going on?
I'm trying.
I need you to full screen this, Justin.
Oh
my God, that's not me.
One.
That's not me. All right, look at that. Wow.
It's got a fat board on that one side.
It does. I was looking at the back.
It's got some character.
It is a character, and it's got character. Wow. Put up to 4 in any combination of psychic Pokemon and basic psychic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. Wow. That is
a card.
That is a card for sure.
All right, I'm just gonna put this on the screen.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Justin.
Okay. Let's move the mic here. Fighting. Phoebus. Apon. Pansage. Pantike. Masquerade. Ancient Booster Energy Capsule.
Oh, we got
cards.
one.
Let's go. Cyclizar. Ah. It's hard to do it this way. Knackle Stackle. Horsey. And a Tinglu.
Tinglu. Does that mean you're going to open another pack?
Yeah.
All right, folks. Let's go. Let's get a drum roll going. I'm going to hydrate before I dehydrate from these pulls.
All right. B, Y, X, K, Y, P, H, G, X, 6. XVY. Okay. Fire.
Fire.
Tink-a-tink. Charcadet. Man,
Charcadet.
it's so hard to pull. What if I just do it to the side? Flittle.
Trash. There's a bat.
Crobat.
There's a guy.
Roark.
Oh,
Steamy.
there's a grass Pokemon.
Duoblade.
There's a sword.
Knockley.
Minecraft. And a god. That is so that is worse than a Thievel. That is worse than a Thievel. Because every single pre-release deck came with 2 to 3 Golisopod.
I didn't look at them that closely.
You should look at them. And they all came with 1 iron bundle.
There you go.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Fighting. Loudred. Remoraid. Pumpkaboo. Zubat. Wait, what does this Dodonzo do? Supplemental Swallow Up. I just like how it's like offset.
Yeah, that's
Look at
wild.
the top 5 cards of your deck and attaching number basing your cards. You find them to this Pokemon. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Then for 5 energy, it does Hydro Splash. Oh, well. I don't think it's going to be anything. That's okay. TM Machine. I don't know what that TM Machine is. Blindside. Interesting. Tink-a-tink. And a Kingdra.
What is that? A Kingdra? Oh gosh. I think you got to open another one.
All right, just keep going until we at least
I
ultra
need you to hit a Goldango so you can trade it to the Lunatonian.
Oh yeah. Okay. We're just gonna kind of do it like no, that doesn't work very well.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
All right. Goodbye.
You can just go to the back card, Justin. Oh, what is it? Oh,
an Armorage.
Yes. Armorage. All right. But did you get a reverse hollow iron bundle?
No.
No.
Reverse hollow trash.
I'm glad because you would have scratched it all right there. So. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it greatly.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. It's been great. We talked a lot about special conditions.
We did. And not even about the show.
Yeah. Email us specialconditions@pokemonprofessor.com. Leave us a voicemail, text us, send us a picture, 732-835-8639. And Justin, got anything else?
I think that's it.
Bye-bye. Are you sure? Are you sure that's it?
Yeah. I was about to sign off.
All right. Remember, trainers, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal. Have a great night. 20. Full heal 20. Manscaped.com.